Hi guys, welcome to another crochet tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little angel applique. So for this tutorial I'm going to be using some DK light worsted weight yarn, but you can use any yarn that you like for this tutorial. And with that I'm using a 3.5mm E4 crochet hook, but white doesn't show up too well on camera, so I'm going to swap it to a yellow yarn and hopefully this will turn out better and be more clearer. Have a little yellow angel instead. What we're going to start off with is a chain 4 loop, so just do a slip knot to begin. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 4. I'm going to put our hook into our first chain, bring the yarn through there and straight for the loop on our hook to do a little 4 chain loop, and in there we're going to do 12 double crochets. This pattern's in US terminology, so in UK terminology that's going to be a treble. So we're going to yarn over, put our hook into the middle of that 4 chain loop, and just wrapping it around the chains we're going to do a double crochet. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, we want 12 of those, so that's 1, 2, 3, 11, and the last one 12. So 12 double crochet in there, and if you worked into the middle you should be able to bring that hole in just slightly, even though it's not a magic circle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in our first double crochet to join the round. So find your first double crochet. I'm just going to slip stitch into there to join the round. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4 after that. So chain 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to do 3 treble crochet in the first chain. Okay, so in UK terminology that's going to be a double treble, so we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook twice, and then in the first chain that we did, this one over here at the beginning, we're going to put our hook into there, we're going to do 3 trebles. So we pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so that's our first one. Then do another treble in there, and we'll do 1 more treble in there. So 3 treble crochets in that first chain. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to slip stitch in that first chain as well. Just going to slip stitch into there. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. Then in this chain 4 space we are going to do a slip stitch. So put your hook into that chain 4 space and do a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3 again, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch in that chain 4 space again. Then we're going to chain 3 and slip stitch across to over here. So we're going to chain 3, 2 and 3, and then in this next gap between these 2 trebles we're going to put our hook into there and do a slip stitch, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch in that next gap there. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to slip stitch into that 4 chain space like that. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch in this chain 4 space again. Then what we want to do is we want to have a look at this main circle we did here, and we've got the tail end facing us. What we want to do is twist that so the tail end is away from us, like that, and we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch on this main circle. So in UK terminology it's going to be a treble. So not this stitch here that we slip stitch into, but in this next stitch along we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, so 2 double crochet in there. So by the end of that round hopefully it looks something like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat another wing for the other side. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to do 3 trebles in that first chain, just like we did before. So 3 trebles. So first one, then another one, then one more, all in that first chain. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to slip stitch in that first chain as well. Okay. Then what we want to do, we're going to slip stitch in the next stitch on this main circle here. So just go into that next stitch after those 2 double crochets in there and just do a slip stitch, making sure that that tail end is still facing away from you. Then we are going to chain 3, 2 and 3 and turn our work. So this is the little wing that we did earlier, and we're going to find that 4 chain space and slip stitch into there, into that gap. Then we're going to chain 3, 2 and 3, and we're going to slip stitch into there again, that chain 4 space. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and slip stitch into the gap between these 2 trebles. Do the same thing again, chain 3, then slip stitch in the next gap between these next 2 trebles. Then chain 3, slip stitch in that chain 4 space at the end. And do that one more time, chain 3, 3 and slip stitch in that chain 3 space, chain 4 space again. Okay. Then what we want to do is find these 2 double crochets that are in the middle that we did earlier, and then that gap in between those 2 double crochets we're going to slip stitch into there to just join the end of that. Then we want to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're going to do 4 trebles in that space we just slip stitched into between those double crochets. So 4 trebles, so in UK terminology it's going to be double trebles. So put your hook into there and do a treble crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We want 4 of those, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, all in that space between those double crochets in the middle. Okay, all coming from there. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn our work, and we're going to do 2 double crochet in this first space between these trebles. So go into that gap and to do 2 double crochets. So in UK terminology that's a treble. 2 double crochet in there. I'm going to do 2 double crochet in the next space between the next 2 trebles. 2 double crochet in there. Then 2 double crochet between the next 2. Just going to do that all the way across. Then 2 double crochet in between that last treble and those chains. 2 double crochet in there. Okay, then we're going to chain 3 and turn, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in the space below. So between those first 2 double crochet we'll do a double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next space between those double crochets, so not in the stitch. Oops, can't grab the yarn. 2 double crochet in there. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet between the next 2 double crochets, just the 1. Then 2 double crochet between the next 2, and repeat that all the way across. So 2 in there, then 1 double crochet in there, 2 double crochet between the next 2 previous double crochets, then just 1 double crochet between the next 2, ending on 2 double crochet between those chains and the last 2. The last double crochet rather. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 2 and 3, and turn. We're going to skip that first stitch, then we're going to slip stitch in the next stitch. So working into stitches now, then chain 3, 2 and 3, skip the next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, and repeat that all the way across. Chain 3, skip the next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 3, skip the next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch. It's like a tongue twister. Chain 3, skip 1, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 3, skip 1 and slip stitch up to the end, and then chain 3. We're just going to slip stitch in that little chain space at the very end. And there we go. There, if we turn that around the right way, you can see our little angel, like so. So we're going to cut our yarn and hide our tail ends. So just get some scissors, cut your yarn, and then just hide a tail end. Get the yarn needle, thread that on, and then just gently sew through a little bit, and then sew back in the opposite direction, and then cut down the excess. And this first one you can probably just trim down as well. And there we go. There's our finished little angel to go with our little white angel. You can make them in any colour that you want to. So I've got a golden angel here. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Hope you managed to follow along, and you can use these for tree decorations or even adding to gift wrap if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.